Okay, so it started, yeah? All right, this is my first video on YouTube as well as my first live video ever online. Well, I know that no one's watching right now. Let's see. Let's see if anyone comes in. I'll post this on Facebook right now. Trying out live broadcasting on YouTube. No. YouTube/ what the fuck is my channel URL? It's probably some fucked up shit from when I was like some lame gamer. My channel username. Come on, what the fuck is my username? Additional features. Monetization, no. And I'm not gonna monetize this video because I'm not trying to fucking make money from this shit. But what is my YouTube URL? Advanced. Oh, wait. I don't know. I'm just gonna post it like this as it is. Okay, so I posted my promotion on Facebook right now. My Facebook day. My day. All right, anyways. So let's get to the point. Why am I doing this right now? Oh my god, my heart is pumping. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is because I was talking to my girlfriend about something, and yeah, I've been setting this new keystone habit that is journaling for the past few weeks. And today, so I wrote down these to-do lists to do things, and it says I wrote this around 9 p.m. and it's now 10:30, and it said I will post something on my blog, rewrite a video script for YouTube, because I've been putting this off and postponing this for some time now, and make a plan for my Mongolian audience, because I'm going to have that on the side as well, and do push-ups, write down at least one law from 22 immutable laws of marketing, and reread an important page on this book called Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. Okay, so that was my to-do list until 11:45, which is the time that I plan to go to bed. And so far I've done the 40 push-ups and writing down one law from immutable laws of marketing. So I wrote that down because I was feeling a little unproductive today. And then before I wrote that, I was thinking, so what have I done today? And turns out I've actually done quite a lot. So today I woke up around 9 and blah blah blah. So I did my meditation in the morning, a little bit of yoga / exercise thing, and my language learning. I learned Japanese for 2 hours and practiced my French for like half an hour. And I also renovated my website, orgil.co.uk. You can check it out if you want. And I changed the homepage, like the whole thing, wrote down some extra shit. And I did all of that. And I also did a 30-minute intense workout session as well during the afternoon. So even though I've done all of that, I still felt quite unproductive in the evening. So I had to write down some extra shit to do. And of course, like these things are like important shit that I consider important. They're not just being productive for the sake of feeling productive. You know what I'm saying? Because as Tim Ferriss says, you have to like ask yourself at least 3 times a day, am I just being productive or am I just being active? And in simple terms, he said, am I finding out things to do to avoid the important? And that's very important. Anyways, so this made me think as I was talking to my girlfriend on Messenger. This made me think, what the hell happened to me? Because a few months ago, or like just about a year ago, unless even if you even go back to 2 years ago, like this kind of a day would be like the most productive day ever for me. And I would not have done any of this stuff on an average regular day just a few months ago or years ago. So I was thinking, it's all relative. Like after I've built quite a lot of good habits and keystone habits and turned myself into a productivity machine, at least compared to what I was before, I still felt unproductive after doing so much that I would have considered the most productive day of my life just a few months ago, matter of fact. So I went on to talk more about what exactly made me into this productive machine and what exactly I did to get here. And of course, it's not a straight upward curve. It's like this. But anyways, um, so I then talked about this one secret, kind of like secret I had, which is kind of like a keystone habit. And if you've read Charles Duhigg's Power of Habit, then you know what I'm talking about by keystone habit. Or if you have a good understanding of psychology, then. Anyways, I'm not going to explain what that is in here. So this keystone habit that I picked up like about half a year ago from this YouTube video that I was watching of this 50-plus-year-old guy just working out in the streets doing calisthenics and looking ripped and nice, and like he was like saying something like, you know, whenever I feel down, I'm totally paraphrasing here. Whenever I feel down or like whenever I feel sad or anything, angry, anything, I just do a few reps, whether it be push-ups, squats, pull-ups, anything. I just do like 5, 10, 20, it doesn't matter. Just some reps. And it brings me back. Like it improves my emotion and everything just by so much. It makes me feel so much better. That's what he said. And that was quite interesting to me because I was like, because that makes sense physiologically, because obviously if you do some workout, then it'll release some good hormones. At this point, I can't, from the top of my head, tell you exactly what hormones, but I know it releases some good hormones and make you feel better, both in the short term and the long run. And as well as it will make you feel a little bit accomplished. That small feeling of accomplishment goes a long way when it comes to building good habits. Because I feel like this is not something I feel like, this is something I know as a matter of fact from studying psychology and like reading books and experimenting on my own and observing others. This is something I know, which is this depletable resource of willpower, which I like to call the brain battery or decision making battery or something like that. That obviously depletes. But what accelerates the depletion and what makes it run out faster is actually guilt. And if you read a book called Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal, I think, obviously you're going to learn much more about this. And on that book, it explained the whole concept of willpower and how it works and everything. Like, you all should be familiar with the marshmallow test and dopamines and everything. And so basically, guilt is, if you want to have more willpower and more decision making machine running at a better I don't know how to say it. If you just want more willpower per day, then you should eliminate those things that are taking away your willpower. Just like how Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates just wears the same shit over and over every single day, and they have like 20, 30 of the same t-shirts and stuff, just so that they don't have to waste their willpower on that mundane task of choosing what to wear, because that's still decision making and that still depletes from the willpower. So if you remove guilt, that is, in my opinion, even bigger and better than choosing what to wear, because choosing what to wear is like this, and it maybe takes a little bit of the willpower, but not that much, unless you have like a indecisiveness problem. Guilt, in my opinion, is like, it constantly depletes. It's like a poison. It's like it's just there, accelerating the depletion, just until the moment you get rid of that guilt by accomplishing something or feeling good about yourself. So obviously that little exercise, that little few reps that you do, which I've been obviously utilizing ever since I watched that video in the past few months, and it works like wonders. It works like magic. So anyways, if you get rid of that guilt of depleting your, and it's a negative spiral as well, because the more guilty you feel about depleting your willpower through your guilt, the more guilty you will feel, and obviously you don't want to find yourself in that position. Man, talking live, even though I still have 0 viewers, talking live is kind of nerve-wracking, but I think I'm pulling this off right. Anyways, so when you remove that guilt by doing small accomplishments and feeling good about yourself on the spot, and like there's like there are stuff like gratitude exercise by Tony Robbins and some stuff that Tim Ferriss talks about, because I even saw a post by Tim Ferriss that showed a picture of a card that says "you're doing a fucking amazing job" or some shit like that, and he carries it around everywhere he goes, I think, something like that. And his friend gave it to him. I don't know. I don't remember the whole story, but the point was that whenever he feels down or unproductive or anything, like under pressure in a book, right, when writing a book or something, book deadline, those stuff, like they must be hard. But anyways, he takes out that card and has a look at it for like a few seconds or something, and gets reminded that he's already doing a fucking amazing job, because he's like, compared to someone like me, say, as of now, he's accomplished so much and he's changed so many lives that he should remember that. And that's like in my opinion, I would call this a willpower hack. Yeah. So that's something I've been utilizing in the past few months to few years, because whenever I say past few months, because it actually started in 2014, and it's been 3 years of me installing these small incremental keystone habits and just having a domino effect. and I've lost like over 30 pounds and stuff. In kilograms, that's like over 13, 14 kilograms. And over the past 1 year, since 2016, February and March, it's been over like a year and 2 months now. And obviously I feel great. I feel more productive. I feel healthier, stronger, smarter, and everything. All thanks to all of these stuff combined, obviously, my habits and these books, these great books that I read, as well as. But I give the most credit to this one book called Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, man. If you haven't checked out that book, you should totally check it out, man. But that book, combined with all the other books, like, let me just scroll through my books on Audible. So in 2014, I started a habit of listening to books whenever I'm traveling. So it doesn't even take away any of my time. So I would only listen when I'm on the bus, the tube, train, anything, or when I'm walking. So let's see. Yeah, the book's like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The One Thing by Gary Keller and J. Papasan. And all these great books, they're just so great. And yeah, let's go back now. Let's get back to the reason why I started this video, and I'm still doing this video. But the reason why I'm making this video. So the reason is I have been trying to make YouTube videos, and I have other channels where I made a bunch of videos, and I have made some videos on this channel, which some of them got like 20k views, 30k views actually, but I deleted them. And at that time, which was like 2010 and stuff, I wanted to be a YouTuber and stuff, but now I don't want to be a YouTuber. I just want to do what I love, and at the same time document my process. And let's see if, like, in 2030s, when I'm in my mid and late 30s, because I was born in the 90s, like, these kind of videos, if I manage to accomplish what I set out to accomplish, then kids who were born in 2010 or so, which are like, who are 7-year-old and stuff, they're gonna like be in their 20s, and they're gonna watch these stuff, like me stuttering and shit, because I'm thinking I'm probably gonna be way better than this in front of a camera, and as well as audience, as time goes. But you gotta try, and you gotta fail more times than the average person even tries in the beginning. I mean, attempts, have more failures than a normal person's attempts, or something like that. And yeah, so there are some more stuff that I'm going to talk about, but I'm definitely going to make more videos. Oh yeah, so going back to the reason why I made this video, it's funny, like, I was talking about when I was in that unproductive stage of my life. I would be like, whenever I have something important to do, I would procrastinate on that, and my thought process would be like giving excuses. Like, for example, let's say I want to learn some music, and then I would be like, Nah, I don't have an instrument. I don't have a guitar, or I don't have a piano. And when I want to learn a language, then I'd be like, I don't have the money to go to the course, or uh, I'm busy today, or whatever. And then when I wanted to make videos for YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, then I'd be like, I need a better camera. I need to have a professional camera, professional microphone. And I did buy. Look, there's a HD camera, 1080 camera inside this, and an iPhone is good enough. And I also have another camera up there. So I went out and purchased like all these stuff with the money that I didn't even have, and it was crazy. And when I bought that DSLR camera, then I needed this video mic, shotgun mic, and then lighting and everything. It was like, oh my god. And all of that would postpone my actual production. And all that time I always knew that content was 99% of the shit. It was the type of content that I would be producing that would give the value, not the lighting. Because right now I'm using my laptop webcam and my gaming headset uh, microphone, and that's it. Nothing else in my tiny little room. And I even went and told my mom to not come near here, and because the behind behind this wall is a toilet, and whenever they come and flush the toilet and stuff, it's like so much noise. And that would be another excuse. And I would give excuses like, I'll wait for people to go to work. I, like whatever, any excuse that I could find, I would give it. And I would actually believe in that's the factor of why I'm not producing shit. But this time I was like, fuck it. Why am I so dependent on conditions and circumstances? I should just make my own fucking conditions and circumstances and do my shit. Yeah, so that's the giveaway. If any of you are out there trying to do something, anything, and if you find yourself giving excuses that you don't have this or that or whatever, then yeah, we're on the same boat. But you see me doing shit right now, and it's pretty nerve-wracking, and my heart is pumping like crazy. And but yeah, the thing is, it's nobody's gonna probably watch this video, at least in the next 10 years, until I've accomplished shit. I know that nobody's gonna watch it. At best, I guarantee you, at best, this video is gonna have like 1K views, unless like I go around promoting and shit, spend money on promotion and shit, or time or whatever. Until I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish in like a decade or so, then just because of my name, I'm thinking people are gonna watch this, come back and watch this. So if you're watching this in 2031 and onwards, then yeah, this is how I used to be. These were the thought processes and patterns that I had in my early 20s. And I still have way more to talk about, so let's talk for another 10 minutes or so. So I identified myself as 1, lazy, 2, unorganized. And I would actually give excuses like quote Einstein and say, oh, if a person's table's messy and you think their brain's also messy, what about a person with an empty table? Like those smart quotes and shit, and give excuse to be unorganized and stuff. And I would also identify myself as a lazy person now. I'd be like, oh, lazy people are creative. Lazy people come up with the most creative stuff to do things and stuff. And I guess in a way that's right, but that is no excuse for me to stay lazy, especially after I started implementing keystone habits. So every morning, in the past about 4 months or 2 to 4 months, I was like without skipping a day, I meditated and I did exercise and stuff in the morning. This is because Timothy Ferris, boy, he's the man. And this thick book, he interviewed like tons of people, and I listened to like dozens of his podcasts, and I read his 4-Hour Work Week and other books as well. And he said there was 3 main common habits that the top 200 performers in all kinds of industries, including athletes and billionaires or whatever, they had these 3 main habits that they all did, which was meditation of some sorts. Doesn't have to be meditation if you're religious. It can even be your prayer, or it can be your just a mindful moment. Basically, you don't have to sit down. You can even do it while running and jogging and stuff. Second, journaling. That's why in the beginning I mentioned that I was journaling every single day as well. And obviously you have to do it step by step, one thing at a time. It all started with me, like I said, in 2014, constantly reading and listening to books. And so if all these top performers are doing these things, and if they think it's necessary, who am I? Who the fuck am I to like say, oh, meditation is not for me, or oh, journaling is not for me. I'm better than that. No, I'm not fucking better than that. I'm a human just like them, and they're a human just like me. So if it's working for them, if it's working for all of them, in fact, I might as well start doing it, right? And I'm telling you, it works like wonders. And I'm looking to keep this for a long, long time. These habits, I mean. And the third one was if you, prioritizing sleep. If you go to bed and prioritize your sleep and make sure you get your enough REM sleeps and etc., etc. And if you do those 3 things and on the side of whatever you're doing, then your productivity, your consistency and everything's gonna just, and you're just gonna be like superhuman, I'm telling you. And what else? I was about to say something else as well. Should I wait to make another video? Yeah, I guess I'll. Oh yeah, I look, work folder. Here is my website and my blog, and here I talk about, first I talk, I mean, on this part of this folder I write like plans and things and scripts and drafts for my blog. And here, video production, like I write like tons and tons of stuff on video production, what I learned from other videos, etc. Third is business plans and ideas, because currently I'm broke as shit, and I'm not looking to stay this way. So obviously I take action, and like Abraham Lincoln said, if you give him 7 hours to cut down trees or something like that, he'll spend like 3-4 hours sharpening his axe. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years, I guess, implementing these habits and things. And the fourth is like breaking down and analyzing myself as well as others, successful as well as failures. And fourth, they're just like sketches. Like here is my sketch of Noah Kagan It's not that great, but the guy's great. And yeah, here on the sixth one, there are challenges to complete, and that one is for random notes and plans. And here are some personal plans that I have for the year, for 10 years, 6 months, and like incrementally, like I mean, in stages, all connected towards one thing. It's like a pyramid. And here as well, things that I'd like to purchase. And this is what happens when you're broke as shit. You you have like 13 pounds and 19-pound products that you want to purchase, and you put them in a table and you argue why you would want to buy it. Why you can you okay, here's how it works. I have description, name, and then I have price, description and name, and I have price, and I have why I want it, what value does it give me, and then I have are there cheaper or free alternatives. And so I argue whether I should buy the Tim Ferriss Experiment series, which was 13.35 in pounds. And I've already seen like 10 of them, but I wanted to purchase the whole thing because they come with behind the scenes and stuff. And so I wrote, they're tremendously valuable as well as entertaining. I want to have unlimited access to them to use for when I need them. And I also want to support Tim because I love the guy. And are there any cheaper or free alternatives? Not really, unless I go looking for it, I guess. But even though I've already seen 10 out of 13 of the episodes, I'd like to purchase them, but I could also purchase 4 to 5 of the episodes I need for like half the price. It's like £6-7, I guess. But that would not give me access to the behind the scenes. So that's like the argument, and I still haven't purchased it. This one is Video Scribe. So £398, like one-off payment. But I could also pay £18 a month or £96 a year, as I remember. And that would allow me to make videos like those people like Fight Mediocrity, 1% Better, things like that, like where this hand comes out and it draws on a whiteboard and stuff. And driving license and test, and etc. etc. So yeah, this is pretty fucking organized, right? And can you imagine all my life through school, university, everything, I was never disorganized. Like, no. I was never I was never as organized as this, not disorganized. And by the way, if you have noticed, English is not even my first language. I speak Mongolian fluently. It's my first language, and I learned English when I came to London in 2009. Yeah. So I guess I'll conclude this video. And that was like the tip of the iceberg when it comes in terms of how much I want to talk about. I mean, yeah, and how value. Oh yeah, another interesting thing before I let you go. And by the way, if you're I still have 0 viewers as of now, even though it's live. The point of this going live was that I didn't have to worry about editing and like all that bullshit that I too much work, man. Because I want to go for the essential 80-20 principle. If content is essential, if content is 20% of the shit that gives 80% of the results, I just want to focus on the content. I don't want to waste 80% of my time editing shit when I can just put out great content. Okay, so that's that. So here, yeah, on the first one where it said blog, I have here, define the target audience, age 16 to 30, gender predominantly male, even though not exclusively male, because I'm guessing like those are the people that can relate to me. And interests, growth, learning, art, science, fitness, business, etc. And not all prospects need to be interested in all of it, because I have to define this, because there's this great quote that says, uh, "There's no sure path to success, but the sure path to failure is trying to please everybody," and that is powerful. So that's why I have to define the people that I want to reach out to, and yeah. So I wrote this much on the problems they have that I can, I guess, contribute towards helping. And there's still more on this page. And what the target audience want from me. So they want the documentation of the like this. These are in my mind, and I'll validate it soon. And I'll talk about validation as well afterwards. So in my mind, what my target audience want from me is documentation of the progress, um, valuable and entertaining content with applicable takeaways, like these great things that worked on me that could possibly work on you. And I won't guarantee you that 100% of these stuff that I talk about will work on you, because everyone's different, but they definitely worked on me, and I would give the psychological and scientific reasons why it would work. And relatable content, not all at the same time, meaning trying to relate with everyone, but to specific groups of people at a time, one at a time. Remember, inspiration and confidence. I want to inspire by the fact that I'm being able to do so much, at least compared to how I was before. Because compared to a bunch of people out there, I am a nobody. In terms of productivity and stuff, I am like absolute nobody. They have per hour on output and like everything way higher than me. So, but I'm still getting there. And confidence, I want to give the audience a sense of confidence, because of the mere fact that I wasn't this much productive, and I give the formula or my own blueprint of exactly how I got here. And humility, humble yet fearless and respectable attitude. So those are the things that my audience want from me. And this is, like Tim Ferriss says, scratch your own itch, because I'm imagining someone like myself on the other end of the screen as my audience. So if I was watching myself on YouTube, these are the things that I would expect, and what my audience or prospective audience don't want from me. Half-assing shit and pretending to know shit that I don't fully understand. So the shit that I talk about here are the stuff that I like reread over and over, or like personally have personal experience with, or stuff like that. So I'll only talk about those stuff. And if I say like just read one thing from a book now, I'm not just gonna talk about it for the sake of talking about it. I'm gonna internalize it for a few months or years or whatever, and then I'll talk about it from a deeper understanding, if you know what I'm saying. Faking things and not being true. Be real. So like, for example, using curse words, swearing. If I try to talk to you without swearing, that would not be as real. Obviously, I know it's not like I'm a swearing machine, but to bring out my heart's content with everything like that is me, I think I have to say some fucking fucked up words, because in my opinion, like, swearing is pretty fucking important when it comes to certain types of expressiveness. And on top of that, I write rap lyrics. So There you go. Neediness, desperate need of approval, or selling shit that aren't worthy of buying. So like that's why this video is not monetized. 'Cause I'm not trying to sell shit. I'm just trying to document my own process as a student, as a young man who's on his way, rather than just pretending to be someone who's achieved shit and just trying to milk your ass. 'Cause that's the last thing I would need as an audience from someone like myself. Execution, delivery, and consistency. Oh yeah, shit. That's what they don't want from me. This should be here. Okay, so I'm finding mistakes of my own work. Teaching shit. Force feeding information down their throat. That's not something that I like. So that's something that I'll try not to do. Pretending to be so accomplished. I mentioned this before, and I should let my accomplishments speak for itself if they're that good enough. So in order to do that, I must actually execute to gain those accomplishments, earn them. So, and then I will move on to write what my audience are doing right now, what I predict they will be doing, at least attempt at predicting what they will be doing, etc., etc. So that's all. If you watched this video, I guess I would say thank you. Until next time.